Greetings one and all. Welcome back to my kitchen here today, where I've got a humble half a pumpkin that I've got to do something with. And this was kindly donated to me by my neighbours who grew this here, and believe me, that's no small feat. We live very close here in a sort of apartment complex. It's a bit of a concrete jungle, so to grow anything so magnificent is a great achievement. So for this dish today, I'm actually only going to be using half of this half. So I'm going to be cutting it down the middle and cutting it into chunks, and don't worry, I'm going to be using the other half for something else. So what I'm going to be making with this first half today is a nice lamb shank and pumpkin curry, and I'm really looking forward to making this. It's going to be a nice long slow cook, lots of spices, lots of yumminess. And yeah, I got the idea off a work colleague who is country of origin is from Nepal, and she was telling me in her country they often make pumpkin and goat curries. So yeah, I haven't got the goat, I've got lamb. Let's get on with it. Alrighty, stage one of building our curry here. I've just melted in my Matty Boom Boom wok here a couple of tablespoons of ghee, and to that I'm going to add a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, a teaspoon of mustard seeds whole. In they go. I've got one cinnamon stick, I'm just going to break in half. I've got about 3 whole cloves. I've got 4 little cardamom pods that I've just given a bashty bash with the handle of my knife. And I've got here a good handful of fresh curry leaves. Woohoo! So we'll just give them a little toast. Just for a minute or two, let them splutter. Just colour up a bit, but try not to burn them too much. We're basically flavouring the oil. Alright, next to my curry, I've got 2 brown onions, just chopped up. Try not to throw them all over the stovetop. I've got a big knob of ginger, grated up. I've got 5 cloves of garlic, grated up. Alrighty, once that onion's sweated down a bit, we're going to add some dry spices. Now the first thing I want to add here is I've got some Kashmiri chili powder. Now the reason I'm adding Kashmiri chili powder is because it gives great colour and flavour, but it's not particularly spicy. And I didn't want a particularly spicy chili powder because in a minute I'm going to be adding my curry powder, which is really spicy. So depending on the spiciness of your curry powder, depends what sort of adjusts what chili powder you use. So in that goes 1 tablespoon. Now I've got my favourite curry powder at the moment, which is my Jaffna curry powder. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of that, hence I've backed off on the really hot chili, because this stuff is dynamite. And I'm adding 2 good tablespoons. Year of living dangerously. Get ready to start coughing too when that starts cooking. And the only other thing I really want to add to that is just about half a teaspoon of turmeric. So I'll just give that curry powder, another spice, the Kashmiri chili powder, a chance to cook off a little bit. Alrighty, those spices have been cooking away for a few minutes. I'm now going to throw in that quarter of a pumpkin that I've just sort of cut the chunks. I know I always go on about smells, but man, if you can smell this, it just smells fantastic. Alrighty, just a couple of minutes later, my pumpkin's just been frying away there in those spices, onion, garlic, ginger paste. Now at this stage of the operation, if you wanted to, you could transfer all this with your lamb into a slow cooker and just leave it, but I'm actually just going to leave this sitting in here and do it on top of the stove. Saves washing up, I can keep an eye on it. Yeah, that's the way I'm going to do it, but please yourself. So just before I add my meat, I've got here a cup of beef stock. Well, I didn't actually have any liquid beef stock, so all I did was crumble up a cube of beef stock into a cup of water. And I'm only using beef stock because that's all I had. Used chicken, vegetable, any sort of stock you got. And we'll just mix that up. Yeah, we'll just stir all those spice mix and all that, so it's all nicely mixed up in the liquid. Now earlier on, I had 4 lamb shanks that I've just browned. I seasoned them with salt and pepper, and I've browned them in the pan and then set them aside. So I'm going to put those in. Don't know if they're going to fit, but maybe I should have used the slow cooker. Now I will add just a couple more cups of water. This is going to be a low and slow cook for a good few hours. So I want plenty of water. It's going to reduce down. And we want that pumpkin to all get nice and soft and mushy and become almost part of the gravy is the idea. We'll see how it goes. Just whacking the lid on now, guys. Just so you know, I also threw in 2 bay leaves. I forgot to add earlier. Alrighty, so as you saw, I've just plated up one of my lamb shanks here with the curry sauce, with the pumpkin sauce, and I have to report all that pumpkin's pretty well dissolved, as I thought it would, into the actual sauce, and man, it's looking really good. Like the bone, like this meat's just falling off the bone, like that, just falls out. It's as tender as, so that took about 5.5 hours. So I don't know what I said at the start, but yeah, that's how long it took. 4 of those hours I had the lid on. The last hour and a half I took the lid off, and after I took the lid off, you had to keep stirring it now and then, not continuously. Anyway, that's where we're at. Let's try it. So we'll get a bit of our meat here. Like I say, it's just falling to bits. Get a bit of rice. Let's see if we can focus today. I'll try again because it actually looks really good. Anyway, let's just taste it. Wow, man, that is just such a good curry. It's really, really, as you can see, it's got a really thick gravy. It's still got that spiciness, but it's not overwhelmingly spicy. Wow, thanks for watching. And thanks to everyone who subscribed to the channel, and thanks to my workmate, the leader, for giving me the idea to make this. I didn't really have a recipe, I've sort of made it up, but the concept was really, really good because it's spicy, but it's got that sweetness from the pumpkin in the sauce. It sort of just balances really nicely. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, can I just ask that you hit that subscribe button? I'd really appreciate that. As I appreciate those of you that already have. And I will see you all next time.